Yo, what's good? It's Skano. Right quick, ladies, and real shit. You know one thing that annoys me? I would see an attractive woman, and I mean she'll be fine, man. Well kept, dressed nice, and you get down to her feet, and y'all got on these open-toed, sandals, and your feet look like you've been walking barefoot through hot coals mixed with broken glass. And I don't understand, like, what are y'all doing? Why are you doing that? Your feet are part of the, you know, I mean, to each their own. It's really none of my business. I'll be like, I know your man, his ankles and his feet and his lower legs all tore up, man. Scratched the fuck up, sliced up. You know what I'm saying? That shit look crazy. Take care of your feet, babe. But you know where a lot of you dudes mess up, man? You y'all go all in too soon. And I'm not talking about, expressing, how you feel about her or showing her affection. I'm talking about with the simping. As far as, okay, you meet a chick. First thing y'all niggas, y'all new niggas, you're already talking about taking chicks to, on cruises, you know, you, first birthdays or first Valentine come around, you buying jewelry and, labels, high-end fashion labels and, whoa, slow down. This is why I say this. And if you a baller and you got it like that, it is what it is. But I'm saying if you balling on a budget, whoa, you want to drip, man. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Just open the flood. You got to start off, in small increments and work your way up to it. Like first birthday, you don't jump out the tree, talking about cruises and shit, man. Get the chick an outfit, pair, a little bracelet or something, just something modest. It's the thought that counts, right? Y'all niggas will go all out up front. And then, and I'm saying, if you're balling on a budget, you're setting yourself up, man. Because if you come into the relationship or a situation, whatever you want to call it, if you come into it going all out like that, now you have set a standard for yourself. You got to maintain that standard now. And not only maintain a standard, you have to exceed that standard at some point, because you know how women are, man. Shit get old to them. I don't care what. So you come into it off the rip, spoiling the hell out of her. You spare no expense. Your savings account is naked to keep her in labels. You know what I'm saying? You're setting yourself up for the woo-woo. Because she expect that shit now. That's the bare minimum. The bare minimum. Ain't no scaling it back. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, now you gotta outdo yourself. But you set the standard, right? Yeah, y'all know y'all like spoiling y'all women. But what happens when, okay, you peaked out way too soon, man, with the spending, right? And now all you can do from this point on is go backwards. Now you got to cheap it out a little now moving forward. Because, like I said, you done blew through your money. You check the check. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not, whatever the case may be. But you know how women are, man. You set a standard, you cannot go below that standard. The thing with men, you will meet a chick, y'all, it click, and all the things. You remember when she used to cook for you? You get up in the morning, go to work or whatever, she already done got up, made you an omelet or whatever it is that you like, got you ready to go, gave you a little kiss on the cheek, you know what I'm saying? And you on your way, feeling good, Now, in the morning, shit, she barely even again. She won't even roll over and give you a kiss. You know what I'm saying? See, women scale it back once the relationship once it get full. You know what I'm saying? They start scaling back shit. Women gonna put their best foot forward in the beginning, Trust me, you gonna see the best of her in the beginning. And from that point on, it's downhill, man. In a lot of cases, you know. If you're lucky, it plateau off. But usually it's all downhill from there. You know what I'm saying? You know, stop doing all them little special thoughtful things. She don't call you on break no more. You know what I'm saying? Don't barely text you. You know, you walk in the house, she barely acknowledge you. That's how I be with women. You know, don't slip. You better not slip. As a matter of fact, like I said, now you got to step your game up. So if you came into the relationship, you know, on some fake baller shit, because a lot of y'all do this, you know, you come into that shit on some fake, you know what I'm saying? Splurging. You done splurged out. And now you put yourself in a position where you can't go nowhere but backwards. And she gonna start complaining. She gonna start saying shit like, you don't do the things you used to do for me. You don't do this. You don't do that. What happened to, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, God damn, you know how many diamond necklaces you need? She don't want that shit anymore, bro. She done put that shit away, man. Out of sight, out of mind. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to outdo yourself. And she's sitting back waiting on that shit. You know? Never mind, you know what I'm saying? How unrealistic the expectations, but you set yourself up for this, player. You know? So she gonna start complaining. You know, she's gonna be unhappy. And she gonna get shifty eyes. Because women are monogamous. You know? And this is no disrespect to women. Y'all know it's true. Most of y'all are monogamous. And she gonna start looking around, man. But you set yourself up for the woo-woo. So, you know, and like I said, I'm not a relationship guru at all. But it's certain things that, you know, I picked up along the way. Little tactics that I've devised, you know. You want to start off, you know what I'm saying? And act like you forgot her birthday. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas, y'all too extra. Care less, man. Care a little less. It'll work out for you, trust me. 216 Skano from the gutter.